Alright, so we gotta address two things that many people are making mistakes of that I think really need to be addressed because it's honestly kind of ruining accounts, not really ruining progression. Maybe if you're doing the first one like very wrong and it's limiting you, which it can be for sure. So I think we need to talk about them and let's just start right away. The first mistake that many people that I'm seeing being made is on their DPS, they're building them like this, okay? They're putting a 4 set plus a 2 set. Now, it's great, right? On the 4 set, you get the increased damage dealt, you get an extra 10%, right? That is all good. But then you got to consider what the negatives are. The amount of pieces that you have to put that are not actually attack pieces is too many, okay? It is way too many. You are first of all forced to put two pieces that are not attack, being the HP one and the defense one, because to complete a 4 set, you need a defense piece, you need a vertical attack piece, you need a square attack piece, and you need a horizontal HP piece. You need the 4 pieces that we see here. So we see the HP piece, the attack piece, the defense piece, and then the square attack piece. Those are the 4 sets, the 4 pieces that you see there. And this could work fine on a defender. I think it is not horrible, it is not great, but it is runnable and it is very similar with or without if you build it like a normal DPS and how you should build a DPS, okay? Now, the problem lies in that you are losing out on 3 attack pieces for a DPS. If we're looking at it here, all of these pieces are attack and they all fit and you get 3 set bonuses. Now, the set bonus might seem good. It might seem like a shiny prize that you get for getting the 4 set bonus, but overall, I would say it is not really that good. Okay, it is not that good. You're losing out on 4 full pieces that could be attack pieces for a DPS. If we're looking at it, right, just to have them side by side, okay, there's only there's literally only 3 pieces here that could be attack, and here 7. That difference is too much. Okay, you do not need the HP from this. You are better to get the defensive capabilities you need from other places. For example, William giving damage reduction by 34%. Example, Mars reducing all attack on his combo. Example, Mimosa increasing defense and then also increasing damage resistance. So it's things like that, right? Now, you want to be able to kill the other people quicker because if not, they will kill you. You being able to live a bit more is not that good for a DPS, right? Because unless you're running lifesteal, sure, but like you could have some fun teams with that. But especially because barriers are going to be coming into play, you're not going to need to be offensive. You're not going to need to be defensive. You're going to need to be offensive, okay? It's going to be very important. And losing out on like at least, right? If we look at it, we have 2 squares instead of 3, and we're losing out on 3 attack pieces. The amount, if we check it out right now, at max level for a DPS, an attack piece gives 2,996, barring also the substats, but 2,996. You're losing out on essentially 9,000 attack. 9,000. 9,000 attack is a lot. And then we got to count, wait, I didn't even count the square, another 2,000. You're losing out on 11,000 attack for some HP and defense, and not even that much. The defense sure is great, but you don't want your DPS to be tanky unless you're in one specific case, but not even about being tanky, okay? The one DPS that I could recommend potentially running a 4 set speed, only 4 set speed so that you could go quick, get the extra 5 speed, is actually Blue Yami, okay? I don't run him like that because the only time you run the 4 speed would potentially be if you have another DPS on the team. Reason being, he has the total silence, which could completely stop someone from using their skill 2 and ultimate, and then he has the HP recovery immunity debuff where he applies. So those are the 2 things that could maybe like goad you into building him for speed so that you could very quickly get this off and then make it so that they can't use their ult and their skill 2, which could work, okay? But in normal cases, to do damage, you want to be able to have a full 7 pieces, okay? It is the best, and I feel like it's something the community has agreed on, at least from the JP side. If y'all bring up the numbers and see that it's better, sure, but it is not, because you're losing out on too much base attack for you to really go crazy, right? You really want to build your DPS with actual attack, okay? Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, right? Now, even in PvE, I would recommend actually still building it like this because it's good to have the three pieces, or the 2 pieces, okay? You get 3 bonuses. You could put speed, you could put defense, you could put anything you want. You could put lifesteal in the future, damage reduction, and you could even put a debuffer set which increases the cooldown, yeah, of the skill 2, which is very insane, right? So yeah, it's better to put 3 2 pieces and have access to more, right? Even in PvE, because you're able to switch the attack pieces for the rectangles for defense and still keep your 3 sub bonuses, or 3 2 sub bonuses. I'm going insane. Anyway, that for sure is number 1. Building it wrong, because it could make you do much less damage. Okay, much less. You get 4 less attack pieces, 11,000 less attack in total. Magic attack or attack doesn't matter, and all 3 defensive pieces. So that's number 1. Number 2, okay, this one might be more important, that I've seen a lot of people, I need to use my arena runs, that I've seen a lot of people actually just not do right. They didn't realize, or a lot of people either didn't realize or were too lazy to actually put presets. Presets are important. Let me explain them to you. If you leave it blank, it's going to use the skill 1 repeatedly. If it goes like this, right, it's going to be using the alt first, skill 2 second, and then the skill 1 last. You could put this on for it to be first, but not use it. It's like if you put this, it's going to use the skill 1 first and then go straight to your order, right? And the thing is about autoing this, right? It goes in order from what they could do from right to left, okay? So they're going to start off with the alt every single time. Then they can't do the combo. Okay, we'll do the skill 2. Then, oh, the skill 2 cooldown is up, and then the alt you can't use. Okay, we'll use the skill 1. And then, oh, wait, we have 6 SP. Okay, great, we could use the combo. So it's going to do the biggest move, smallest being skill 1, biggest being alt, okay? So you want to make sure you put it. You want to make sure you put your actual presets, because a lot of the times for Lotus, what you're going to see is that it's going to be like this, right? And what it's going to do, it's going to use the alt and then the skill 2. You don't want it to use the skill 2, okay? You want to use the double AoE, so you want to place it like this, so it goes straight from the alt and then all the way to the skill 1 if you have nothing that is clicked for either the combo or the skill 2. So make sure you have your presets set correctly, okay? Blue Yami, it's like, it's either or, like, it doesn't really make a difference, but Lotus is one of the biggest ones that is important to make sure you have the alt and then the skill 1 chosen second, okay? And for a lot of people who don't have good combos, for example, Mimosas is okay, but you would rather use her res, right? Then Asta's in this current meta with no barriers, you don't want to use the combo. Even Red Yami, right? I see people using Red Yami combos. And what's interesting, okay, what's very interesting is I could tell when someone doesn't have presets with where they didn't make their own presets. When I silence with Blue Yami, okay? Because Blue Yami applies silence on the skill 2 and then the ultimate. Then what's after, or what's the biggest one between skill 1 and combo? Because they can't use the ult, they can't use the skill 2, so they're going to use the combo. Which sometimes it's better to just use the skill 1 in those cases, okay? So you want to make sure that if the combo attack isn't good, you don't choose it. And if you don't know if it's good or not, you look at one of the guides that are on YouTube, you ask people in Discord, which by the way, I have a Discord link down below. So you want to make sure you put this up, because it could lose you games, it could win you games if you put it, okay? I've seen so many people, so many bots use the skill 2 with Lotus, and I just start thanking God, bro. I'm just like, thank you Lord, for making this player not put presets, okay? It's very important, so start putting it, okay? It genuinely loses you matches. If you've lost so much, it could be because of presets, especially if you're early game. There's no way you're like, I feel like early game or like low ranked arena, you could easily just start, you know, you could easily just start losing a lot if you don't have the presets up. But if you have the presets up, some people won't be expecting it, like, oh shit, why are they doing these complicated things, right? So definitely start setting it up. I'll try to make PvP videos starting soon, probably before the 9th, after the 7th. So we'll say from like 7th to 8th, I'll probably start making PvP videos. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. I think that both the force set problem and also the PvP no presets on defense problem are 2 big things that we needed to talk about.